The War Within is now live, and while we can't wait for everyone to experience the upcoming endgame content, the train isn't stopping. Arriving on the PTR soon, the team will be testing a new anniversary event for World of Warcraft. Today we're here with Holly, Brett, and Leah to share more on what the live team has been cooking up.
Is it going to be better than the 10th
yes.
one?
Let's talk anniversary.
Yeah, I mean,
I hope it
20th
is.
anniversary for World of Warcraft, 30th for Warcraft, and 10th for Hearthstone. What an amazing journey, and to be leading into it this year. Our commitment to make the game feel alive every single day that you log in. All the work we're doing to kick off the World Soul Saga. So excited that War Within is launched and everyone's in it now and part of this world story. And we're going to see where it's going. We're not stopping. So anniversary is coming up, and we've got some good friends here to talk about what's coming.
With such a big milestone for the game, how did you approach this year's anniversary?
It's a great question. Last fall, even, I started to look into what kind of event we wanted to do. We've had various events in the past. For the 15th, we did that really epic raid.
Where did we get those kinds of mounts? Where's this from? This kind of looks like that Cataclysm zone, the PvP one.
So I did some ideas, and it really became a pack.
I'm completely full on character slots, so I can't make an earthen unless they finally fix that delete a character thing. So yeah, unless I delete a character, I cannot make an earthen.
We sat down, we did a huge brainstorm with the live team, and then we started to pick the top ones and see what we could do to cover all of our different player segments. So it was really a fun experience to flesh out all these cool ideas.
What was at the top of that list?
By far the top one, everybody remembers Blackrock Depths really fondly.
Blackrock Depths. Yeah, it's like one of the greatest dungeons ever. But Blackrock Depths, what are they gonna do with Blackrock Depths?
And so we are
spicy.
So yeah, everybody really, really wanted to do something with Blackrock Depths. And so as we looked at all of these features,
That looks really good. That model actually looked really good.
Yeah, everybody really, really wanted to do something with Blackrock Depths. And so as we looked at all of these features, we really wanted to make them new and innovative, but also...
Okay, for the 10th anniversary, we did a remodel of Molten Core. Now they're just doing a whole remodel of the entirety of Blackrock Depths?
So harken back. So we are going to be bringing Blackrock Depths as a 10 to 15 player raid. We're really excited. We have 8 main bosses, 5 mini bosses, and basically we'll have LFR, normal, and heroic difficulties.
Wait. Are they gonna have this alongside the actual content in season 1? Because if you go that far into it, you have to keep it in the game. There was only one difficulty for the Molten Core raid, the reimagining of it for the 10th anniversary. But if they're really going that far in, they better to. But what about the loot? Did they reimagine the loot? Are the transmogs all reimagined and well, I guess they wouldn't just be transmogs, they would also be gear.
For Blackrock Depths, I was there with my hunter, just farming that gladiator's chainmail over and over and over again.
It was always random too, so you didn't have a chance always.
They're not even in the arena. How are you farming it if you're not in the arena part of the dungeon?
It took forever, so I'm excited to go back in there and hopefully get my revenge.
I remember going there and dying. So, if anyone wants to carry me in a heroic, just ring me up.
What other features are there going to be in the anniversary event?
Yeah, so we really wanted to do an outdoor experience to sort of revisit the Gates of Ahn'Qiraj opening. And who better to take us on this adventure than Chromie?
Oh no.
We love Chromie.
I mean, oh no. She's a bronze dragon. She's perfect for the job.
So Chromie has this codex that she uses to safely display the past. And, well, you can expect there's going to be some crazy time things happen.
Oh, so they want us to revisit the opening of the Ahn'Qiraj, but it's not going to be the opening of the Ahn'Qiraj. Okay, fantastic.
With that, so we're gonna have enemies popping up that should not be there within Silithus, like the
Yep.
Scourge, the
Yep.
Legion, Karaji,
It's not gonna be the
and we're
opening,
gonna see
it's
some
gonna
familiar
be
names like
random crap.
Tichondrius, Osirian, and Kel'Thuzad.
Ah, Kel'Thuzad again. Oh man.
It's shaping up to be a really cool experience. Players will get to queue in whenever they want. They'll get put together with other players and get to go through this kind of
Queue
epic
in?
fixing of
It
the
should be in the
past.
world.
Again.
Again.
Yeah.
As Marie would say, timey-wimey. Speaking of the past, is there anything else that we'll be revisiting?
So we've heard the community loud and clear.
Have you?
We know that time walking is very popular.
Oh, I heard
so
of
the
this.
team has put together some incredible time walking dungeons.
And some of you may be thinking BFA, but that's not quite yet. We're actually going back in time to fill in one of the areas that we have not hit yet, and that is the original dungeon.
No. Okay. For Dead Mines, when you say the original dungeons, it better be the original dungeon and not Cataclysm. They better not mess this up.
Dungeon. So we're going to be bringing Dead Mines, Zul'Farrak, Dire Maul, and Stratholme. So there'll be two.
Oh, 2 Dire Maul wings. And the 2 Stratholme wings.
Two
Okay.
Dire Maul wings and the 2 Stratholme
Looks like,
wings. They'll be introduced with 20th,
West.
but they'll continue into the regular rotation afterwards. A couple other things that we're going to change with time walking. We're going to allow players from 10.
You got that one for free.
And up to
You
do
didn't
it. So
claim
a lot of
that,
those people
I
that
just
like to
said
level
it.
will have more opportunity there. And then we're also realizing that a lot of people already have all of the items from the various vendors. So we are going to do a vendor refresh, and so you might see some new mounts and pets and transmogs show up on each of the vendors as we go through the different time walkings going forward.
So I can go to Dire
I fight them.
Maul, get loot and more loot and more loot.
This is only... Okay, you're gonna get more loot, more loot, and more loot if you're going to go in Dire Maul North. From what I saw, it's only going to be Dire Maul West and probably East? Or are they gonna do Dire Maul West and North? They only showed like Dire Maul West.
Yeah, we're really excited for everybody to get a chance to go after the things they like. You know, if they enjoy doing the dungeon run or if they're looking for more of those old transmogs that haven't been available.
Yeah.
Is there still a chance for Baron Rivendare's charger to drop?
We may have a chance in time walking for that mount actually. Yes.
Okay, that's another mount that I'm gonna probably get within the first cycle. Like the same thing with the Time Reaver.
I got that on my first kill, by the way.
Are you serious? You're that player?
Yay! I'm not alone.
That's so awesome.
My lucky one was the Headless Horseman's one.
Oh,
so
wow.
I got like
Oh, I
I
don't
couldn't
have
get the
that one.
charger, but I ended up with that one. So.
It took
I
me years
don't.
to get that one.
So when I think about WoW's anniversary event, I always think about the Caverns of Time and the party there. Is there any changes to the
party?
celebration?
Oh yeah, we have a lot of changes. So you're used to going into the Caverns of Time to sort of experience the
no.
anniversary. But you're gonna notice
What's
right
this
away
junk?
that everything is right at the entrance, right outside. And there's all kinds of activities there for people to do.
What?
We have a mini trial of style kind of event called Fashion Frenzy, where you're gonna have like different themes to dress up to and vote on your favorite
So,
transmogs.
trial of
We
style.
have a storyteller, Lorewalker Cho, is gonna tell a few different stories, and you get to participate in the audience.
Okay, I hope
We
that's
also
like the
have
Shadowlands.
Mount Mania, which is a fun game
thing.
where you're gonna get to kind of show off your mount collection.
Oh,
That's a perfect one for you.
Yeah.
so a mount
I
off.
love mounts.
Okay.
I love showing off my mounts. I'm really excited for that. There's
Okay.
a lot of different things for you to just explore outside of the activities. We have an ice rink, so you're gonna be able to just slide around into Neris. We have a pet corner where you're gonna be able to turn into
Oh,
your
that's
pet.
pretty cute.
We have costumes. You can cosplay as heroes and villains from the past. You can run around and like scream different voice lines at people, which is a lot of fun.
My favorite's Illidan. You can be like, you're not prepared. You can just stand and tell everybody they're not prepared.
We also have guest relations where you're going to be solving riddles and clues and other things to help out the visitors within the Caverns of Time.
Oh, so like Secrets of Azeroth?
Yeah, it's like a
nice.
Secrets of Azeroth sequel, basically.
I didn't do the
Awesome.
Secrets of
I had so much fun with
Azeroth,
that.
so I have
Is
no idea
Korok's
what they're
Revenge,
talking
the PvP
about.
Brawl coming back?
Yes, so Korax returns. We'll have that during the whole event. We actually moved the vendors to the new hub. We also have the 3 world bosses returning,
Wait.
the world dragons. Then we
I mean 3. There's 4. Am I going crazy here? Aren't there 4? There's 4 plus Azurgos. And they are all in the Emerald Nightmare dungeon too. Right? Am I getting this wrong? Were there 3? Not the Emerald Nightmare dungeon, the Emerald Nightmare raid. I'll have to look that
we
up.
have Azurgos and Kazakh as well. Plus, we have 2 new gate crashers. Chaw of Anger is going to show up, and so is Archvon the Stonewatcher. They'll both be out in Tanaris as well, similar to where Doomwalker is.
With so many new activities this year, are there new rewards?
Of course, as we looked at the marquee reward for this event, we've come up with a cool riff on a Phoenix
That's actually pretty nice.
mount. So basically, Ashes of Alar was a really
Wait, no, that is not Ashes of Alar. If you want to come up with Ashes of Alar but blue, come up with something better than that. This is not Ashes. This is different from
good
Ashes.
one back in the day that we really thought was iconic, and so we've iterated on it, and now we have this blue Cold Flame Tempest
But it's
mount.
still cold
it's got
nonetheless.
armor on it, and one of the cool things we were able to do is here at Blizzard we have service rewards. So as you're here a few years, you'll get a sword and a shield. So we use that as our basis to do the armor on that mount. And we enjoyed it so much, and the artists, they actually spent one of their hackathons making our service rewards in the game. So you'll be able to collect through the 20th the sword, the
a
shield, the
drag
crown
through,
that we
isn't it?
have. We even have a ring toy that we're going to have players able to get.
A
It's kind
ring
of
toy.
iconic to have essentially a
They're stealing
World of
from Final
Warcraft
Fantasy
team
now.
member
Ashes of
transmog.
Alar.
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
We have to get suits of armor added as one of our rewards.
Yeah, 30 years, right? We haven't picked the 30-year service reward yet.
We also have a balloon toy, which is really cool. And my favorite is the baby Dreadlord pet.
Oh my god.
So I'm excited to go to the hub
Oh my.
and become my baby Dreadlord pet and run around in the area as a.
What's your little sword?
Oh, yeah. One of our artists, Mats, he was able to put together the sword like Kazakh has, but in baby form. So it's really
Yeah.
cool that it fits really well.
It's like a butter knife.
So cute. Are there any rewards for the Warcraft 30th anniversary?
Yeah, so we have some
Rewards.
faction crests, which are going to be back pieces for each of the 4 Warcraft 3 factions, which is Orc, Human, Night Elf, and Scourge. And these are going to be coming in the November trading post.
You know, that's
How
an
will
insult
players
to
get
the
these cool
undead,
rewards?
the
Great
Forsaken.
question. We are going to be introducing a new currency this year. Players will be able to collect it from our weekly quests that we'll have for each of our features. And then we also are making sure that if you're really into the Season 1 content, you can still do those weekly quests and the weekly activities to collect the tokens there as well. You're going to get a lot of tokens, and you'll need them because we do have one other big reward. As we started to think about this, we talked with our artists, and everybody really agreed we needed to
Wait.
really go iconic, and we looked back
Wait.
at our Tier 2 sets. So we ended up making all of the
That
Tier 2
is what I
sets
was talking
modern
about
with
earlier.
The new modeling, the
Okay.
new VFX. I can't wait to see people walking around
This
in
needs
the
to stay in
Judgment
the
armor.
game, though.
What about
to
the
collect
classes,
them all.
though, that weren't available when Tier 2 came out?
That's a good point. You know, we didn't have monks back then, but we didn't have evokers back then. But we did have
You're kidding
a
me.
dragon, and they wore armor, and so we really looked at NPCs that were at that period of time.
wait,
so
that's
Vesperian
Draktyr.
was
You're not
our
gonna see your
model
armor.
for doing the evoker set. We looked at
Yep,
also like
you're
other
not gonna see
iconic
your armor.
NPCs that existed back in the day, and so each of the new classes do have their own set. So all 13 classes will have a Tier 2 up-res set.
Oh, that is
Speaking of
amazing.
classes, there's some cool changes coming.
Yes, I'm so excited for Draktyr to finally get more classes. So you can
Oh,
expect to
here we
see
go.
6 new classes with them. We have Hunter,
Look at them
Rogue,
not wear armor.
Priest, Mage, Warrior, and Warlock.
Oh, the warrior one's a
and
lie.
we're also getting a new skywriting talent, which is called Squadrons, where you're going to be able to have 2 Draktyr companions flying alongside you in like a formation.
That's
which is
overpowered.
so cool.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
Draktyr gonna be like Top Gun.
But where are you going to
So
get
cool.
two friends?
Reserve my goose name.
Everybody's gonna be reserving now.
Yeah, that's true.
Is there any other class changes coming?
Yes, we've heard loud and clear from the shamans that they're ready for something new, and we are ready to deliver. We have brand new Ascendance forms. They really are cool looking. They match each of the elements that shamans use.
The brand new
look
Ascendance form,
amazing.
Really
or
do.
This update sounds
that was an
so
orc
amazing.
turning into.
Before
Okay,
it goes,
I
are
thought it was
any other
going to be
additional
for
details
the
we
new
should tell
races,
players?
like
Yes, one of the things we really want to call out
Sandalari,
is in the
but-
past, these events
Alright.
have been 3 to 4 weeks around the anniversary, but this
That
time,
was very blunt
this is the
sounding,
patch.
but-
The entire 1105 patch is really dedicated to the 20th anniversary. It'll go for more than 2 months. We have a lot of time for everybody to get into these
2
features,
months?
experience them, play as much as they want, and work towards those 13
Okay. I have a major issue with this. If this is the patch, the 0.5 patch, you're going to keep it in the game. You have to keep it in the game. This is a major patch. Why are they keeping it in only for 2.5? They said 2 months, a little bit more than 2 months. Why would you let all of that work just go? It's just gone. That's just the same thing with like not allowing people to re-level their artifact weapons. They just remove the entire feature. They just like, yeah, you can go get it, but you can't really do much with it because all AP has turned into like these gray items that you can sell for gold. It's really dumb that they don't keep certain systems in the game that made those expansions fun in the first place. They kept the zones. They kept the leveling experiences, but they didn't keep the systems that actually made that expansion fun in the first place. They don't want to balance it. That's understandable, but does it need to be balanced if it's like under leveled? You're not going to have like an overpowered thing from a previous expansion from like 5 years ago in current content. That's not how it's going to work. But I still don't understand why they just don't allow us to have these fun things. And they put work into making these things too.
Sets.
Yeah, and even though we just launched the War Within, this PTR is coming very, very soon. So keep a lookout for the news on when that's coming to you.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk about the 20th anniversary with me. And I can't wait to celebrate the 20th anniversary with you in game. See you next time.
Okay. Another major issue I have with this is they've built up a lot of hype with this just simply off of us not having content right now. All that we have is leveling, gathering, heroics, farming rares, and world quests. That's it. We don't have content to be like doing right now. So any kind of news from Blizzard is like a gift from the heavens. So this is really, since we have no content and they're promising even more content, this is like really building up even more hype for what's to come. I mean, if we had season 1 already, this would be like, kind of like, okay, yeah, it's a nice anniversary event, but since we have nothing, almost, that build-up is even bigger. That is insane. They are very smart for doing this right now. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Alright. Alright, let's get this out of here.